All right, it is Hello Again Wednesday, number 56. And so we are talking about the ornament. I want to thank you for joining me again this week on Hello Again Wednesdays that I always do. This week is the ornament, is what I'm going to talk about. If you could, please like the video, share it on your Facebook pages, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to that and give it a big thumbs up. And with that, when you subscribe, you'll know exactly, or if you follow on Facebook, you'll know every time I come live with this Hello Again Wednesdays that I'm doing. And so just go ahead and do that. I sure appreciate that, and just letting you know. So this week, I'm going to start right off with the question. The question is, what's your favorite Christmas ornament, or one that is most memorable? And then a little jumper to that is, do you still have it? It is ready. We are now into the second week. We're into the second week of Advent. These are the Advent services that we're having at church. It deals around with Christmas and the Christmas story. And we light candles within the sanctuary during this time frame that we're having. But not only is it this Advent season at church, which is, like I said, wonderful, I'm still drinking lots of eggnog. And now, instead of those donuts I talked about last week, I'm eating and enjoying some Christmas cookies so far as we go through this Christmas season. There still is frustration with the Christmas lights, and I'm still doing decoration tweaks here and there. But the lights have gone up on the rooftop. Click, click, click. Kind of reminds you of a song right there. But me and a couple of the grandkids went up on the roof, and they chilled out real quick. But we got some lights hung up so far, and I have actually revived some lights. I don't have the device with me though. I do, if I'm going to recommend something, the Lightkeeper Pro for the incandescent lights. Man, those things are awesome. It's just like the video. You unplug a bulb and where they're out, and you shove it in this one little area, and you go click, 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 and the lights come on. It is really, really cool. And so that has helped me in my lights frustration of the Christmas season so far. That's what is taking place. Last week we talked about the gift, and this week we're talking about ornaments on the Christmas tree. Ornaments on the Christmas tree. It was back in 1984 was my first apartment. Life was on a roll, and it was my first Christmas tree, kind of, quote, on my own. It also, besides the first Christmas tree, I also began a life adventure, starting with 2 cats. And it all kind of seemed great. You know, I mean, this was like really, really cool. And I'll say this though, because with the cats, excuse me, cats and Christmas trees, it's not just my experience, but seeing over the years, it seems like Christmas trees and cats, the mix kind of leads to a lot of stories, you know. In fact, I just saw one this past week where a cat was in a Christmas tree. For me, 1984, I had purchased a Christmas tree. And I'll have to get that later. Purchased a Christmas tree with my bride-to-be. This was 1984. It was my bride-to-be. We are going to be married. I asked her in July. She said yes. Christmas is now here. And in 1984, and in February of 85 we would be married. So she, my bride-to-be. We purchased the Christmas tree from my apartment, purchased lights, purchased a good amount of ornaments, purchased tinsel, and guess what? tinsel really doesn't mix well with cats. Thus, even today, I have in the Christmas tree box of ornaments in a Ziploc bag tinsel because we have cats. I also purchased a 1984 garland for the tree. We have a little bit of garland on our tree now, but Connie's not a big fan of garland on the tree so much. But back then, I had purchased garland for my first tree, and I might have even purchased a gift to go under it as soon as it was decorated. You know how you put those little skirts underneath and stuff like that. So here's this beautiful tree standing tall in front of the window, a picture window that I had, a very large picture window in the apartment that Connie and I were going to share in 1985. That was on a Saturday. Okay, this is how this story goes. That was on a Saturday. The next day, on Sunday, I'm getting ready to go to church. I'm walking out the door, and you know how you are if you're an animal lover. I tell the cats to behave. And I go down the stairs because I was on the second floor. I go down the stairs to my car, and I realized I had forgotten something. So I go back up the stairs. I open the door, and lo and behold, my Christmas tree, water and all, from the base of, because it was a real Christmas tree. I bought a real Christmas tree. And so it's tipped over on the living room floor, and there are two cats shaking their head as if they had been attacked by a burglar. Yet we know that it was them knocking my Christmas tree down. That Christmas tree, that Christmas tree had a Santa in a chimney, and his nose was a red light bulb, and so when you push it, it played Christmas music, and it blinked on and off, and here's Santa going down the chimney with his bag. And then on that tree, it also had a penguin with a Santa hat, and it was like a little tiny bell that hung on your tree. I had those two things on my tree, and even today I have those ornaments on our Christmas tree right now. And so let me just show you. I do have. Let me get this right here. I do believe it's in an image. Hold on, just one sec. Before I do that, let me see here, because I didn't say anything about it yet. All right. With the Christmas tree in the house today, not 1984, today, we have, it's kind of like a family tree where all of our ornaments are family oriented and stuff like that. But I'm going to show it to you real quick. Yesterday, Elijah goes, "Papa," he's all into folding paper airplanes. And I mean the complicated paper airplanes. And he comes up to me, he goes, "Papa, do we have any more paper in the house?" And I'm like, yes, we do. But I don't want to see paper airplanes all over the floor. Once you fold them, he flies them, they're on the floor. I go, "I don't want to see no paper airplanes on the floor." He gives me a smile, and lo and behold, last night there was paper airplanes on the floor. So I had to do the Papa statement, pick up your airplanes. But this morning, as I knew I was going to talk about ornaments on the Christmas tree, so I look over at the Christmas tree. I wake up very early this morning, very early, and I see, I go over to click on the Christmas tree lights, and lo and behold, this is what I see on the Christmas tree. Now, I'm going to put this in my comment section below so that you can look at it better, probably more than this video here. But there's our Christmas tree. You can see there's some gifts and stuff, and you can see there's a lot of stuff on there on that Christmas tree. There's also something that shouldn't really be on there, but there is. And so I kind of, I'll say it out loud, blame Elijah for his adding to the Christmas tree. But anyways, with those Christmas tree, see, for us, there are some ornaments that survive and some ornaments don't. We still have on that tree an ornament that is made. It is the huge border is Cheerios that have been frosted in a white color on this thing, and there's a picture of a little girl in there, and that is Lauren. And so, I mean, many years ago. And so now it's not that it has not survived, but there are some Cheerios that have fallen off of the picture, and we talk about it every time, because for our Christmas ornaments, Connie sits in the chair. I gather up it's like three boxes of Christmas ornaments. And then Connie sits there and hands out. There's special ornaments. There's birth ornaments that we have. There's ornaments with pictures. There's ornaments that the kids have made through the years, especially with their Aunt Carrie. There's just usually at Thanksgiving time they do little craft things and stuff. There's stuff they've made in schools through the years, and so all of those go onto the tree, and each kid adds their own little thing to the Christmas tree. Thus, the Santa with the blinking nose from my first Christmas tree is on the tree. And I think even the penguin bell is still on the Christmas tree and has survived since 1984. There's other things on there because it's the traditions of some of the things as our family has grown, such as the Grinch is on our tree. There's a ball that is the Triple Dog Dare You from A Christmas Story from back in 1983, but the bulb is later on. We got it not too long ago. One year the kids even did this for me because I love A Christmas Story. From 1983. Ralphie, you'll shoot your eye out with the Red Ryder BB gun. That story, I love it. And so for ornaments on our tree, and they do need to be repaired, is a string of leg lamps. It is the award that the dad had won. And you just have to watch the movie. It's called A Christmas Story. And you'll understand the ornaments that are on our tree. They're the traditions that we have. And the list goes on and on and on and on of all those traditional things that we have, and we've placed them on our tree. To this day, though, I still pick up Christmas ornaments off of the floor during the Christmas season because of cats and dogs. And by dogs, I mean this. The dogs get all excited. The tree's not too far from the front door to come into the living room. And so the dogs get excited, wag their tails, and start knocking stuff down to the floor. So I'm still today picking up Christmas ornaments off the floor. There's probably tons of Christmas ornament memories, some unusual, some that may bring a tear, some that you treasure and you repack year after year with great care, some that you just have for laughs. So the question is, what is your favorite ornament and the memory that goes with it? Excuse me. Please leave that story in the comment. I would love to read your Christmas ornament story. Go ahead. You know what? Here, check out a church near you. They might, who knows, be talking about Christmas ornaments or the gift, or they may be talking. Who knows what they're talking about? I know that for us, we're talking about today the book of Romans. Pastor Mark's leading us in our Bible study here at the church, which starts at 4 p.m. And so we have a Bible study that takes place downstairs in person, or we also do it on Zoom. If you like that Zoom link, or you have the Zoom link from the past, it is the same Zoom link. You can join us for our Bible study, 4 p.m. out here, way out on the West Coast in Culver, the far end of Los Angeles, Culver City, almost by Marina Del Rey. And so, 4 p.m. out here is when we're having our Bible study. Glad to have you along with us. So, hey, now, before I go, remember also to comment through these seasons of Halloween and Thanksgiving. Through these seasons, I've been saying there's stuff in my office that represents the upcoming holiday. Leave that in the comment. Hey, Brent, I see this. Hey, Brent, I see that represents the holiday, and name the holiday that it's attached to as it is coming up. So if you do that, that would be great. I thank you for joining me in this Hello again, Wednesday, number 56, talking about the Christmas ornaments. Join me again next week as we draw closer to the Christmas day.